Sup? How we doing? Ladies, gentlemen, and those beyond the binary, welcome back to the Dr. W42 YouTube channel. I am your host for this evening. I don't know why I felt like that was the appropriate thing to say. I should say welcome to the new year, 2023. It's still the new year, okay? I'm a little late, it's fine. I'm working on another thing. We'll get to it later. I haven't seen you in forever. I haven't spoken to you since last year. What? That joke only works when you see people regularly and not when you haven't uploaded a YouTube video in 2 months? Oh, it's all good. See, I got the shirt. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine. Hope everyone's well. I'm doing great. Been a bit of an eventful start to the year for me. But that's all good. Had a couple factors holding back this video, as you may have guessed, but we got there in the end. Brought to you this year, of course, by the glorious Sony a6600. Look at this autofocus. Ready? Wow. Did I mention I'm in debt? Just quietly between you and me. Come here. Yep. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna make this video this year, I'll be honest with you. It sort of feels somewhat like I've kind of exhausted the format at this point. I sort of did everything that I feel like I could have possibly done with it last year, but I'm 18 now, so I kind of have to make this one. But just so you all know, this might be the last New Year's resolutions video. Truly, what a shame. What would we do without it? Such an iconic mainstay of the channel. But it's all good because, you know, we can celebrate the years that have come by. God damn it, I'm gonna move this fan. Right. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I graduated, yes. I've deferred my uni course. I was planning on releasing like a standalone video in December last year, actually, called, you know, something along the lines of like update I graduated. But figured it would be best to lump it into this sort of, you know, more personable kind of discussion. I don't get a lot of these kind of videos where I'm just talking to camera and sharing this sort of stuff, so this has always sort of been the avenue for it. So that kind of will be something that I lose if this channel goes away. I'm sure I'll find a new format for it, of course. So to be honest, I think we're just gonna jump right on into things here today. Now, I've seen a lot of people talking this year about their New Year's resolutions, considering things like eating more mindfully, practicing self-care, and creating saving plans. And I must say, what is being a young adult for, if not ignoring all of those things? My, I don't know what you call it, but like the opposite of a vice. Quite a funny idea. Mine, I guess, is that I will always be hydrated, forever and ever. 18 and never been parched. Why is it not working? God damn it. I've been doing this for like 5 years. You'd think I'd have it kind of down pat by now. Ah, some classic Dr. W42 content. Here we go. Okay, energy's up. Woo! Oh yeah, hold on. There might be new people. As some of you probably already know by now, before we get into this year's resolutions, we have to take a look at last year's to give a bit of a quick evaluation, check-in if you will, just to see how we did. Phenomenal, fantastic. Let's give her a spin. Without further ado, hype. Let's get into it. Resolution. That's what I'm saying, brother. Survive year 12. Great start, phenomenal start. Couldn't have started off better, in fact. As you can see, I am alive. Please, hold your applause, thank you. I know not a single one of you has found it, but there's a little secret sort of audio diary thing that I recorded during my final exams that is uploaded to this YouTube channel, and you can find it. It is watchable, but no one has found it so far, which is fine. It's not super interesting, but fun little task for you there. I did fine. I tried to enjoy it, I think, more than anything. You know, as long as I could get where I wanted to go, that was sort of really the most important thing. And after that, just, yeah, sharing some good times with some friends. What more can you ask from year 12, really, other than a bunch of stress and self-expectation. I need a haircut. More than this guy. Resolution number 2. Release this year's next big secret project. Hold on. Yep. Entirely unrelated, but let me just fix this. I reckon probably like 10 of you saw my community post. I have that now. Community tab. Used to be sort of an exclusive thing. I think they just rolled out to anyone now. Fine with me. But yeah, basically, I won't say I've bitten off more than I can chew. But some might say that. I've definitely, at the very least, dramatically underestimated the pure work that is going into this project currently. I haven't finished filming, but I'm really getting close now. I've edited at least one... Oh, I probably can't say that, that'll give it away, hey. I think finishing the filming is gonna give me that burst of motivation to actually finish the thing, obviously. So stay tuned on that one. It is going to come out in the first half of this year, without a doubt. I want to move on to other things, really. While I'm as happy with what I've made so far as I am, and I'm gonna put it out, I'm gonna be really proud of it. It sort of is currently stopping me from obviously making other things, but also like generally halting my my like flow. I feel like I haven't been making stuff in a way that feels like efficient and how I should be. I don't know really how to explain it. It's cramping the efficiency vibe, you know what I'm saying? It will come, it'll be sick, there'll be a trailer, it's nearly close to being finished filmed. I feel like some of you have surely figured out what it is by now. I mean, I've pretty much given you all the pretty much everything I could possibly indicate in terms of what it is. But yeah, stay pumped because it is coming. So be ready. Resolution number 3 is I want to get back into reading. Again, maybe not the greatest year to have decided to make that resolution, but screw it. Yeah, look, I was right about one thing. This applies to the previous resolution as well. Year 12 screwed me in ways that I truly don't think I was expecting. I just did not have as much time as I would have liked, but things are opening up now. While I did, you know, I've started a few books over particularly the last few months, but nothing sort of captured my imagination, I must say. And honestly, I think I might just need some recommendations. The last book that really truly series that captured like my interest in like a life-changing kind of way was Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials. In particular, the Amber Spyglass was really, really good. If you all have any suggestions, let me know. Not much more that really needs to be said there. From Canberra. I can say Canberra now. I'm not going there anymore. It's not doxing myself. I was boarding in Canberra. Yeah, it's already definitely recovering. Especially now that later. Because you're like forced to, but for now it's whatever. Wow! Good job, me! A genuinely good resolution. Did I actually do that? Hell if I know. You guys surely saw that. I am focused on the task at hand. Last year's resolutions, I think I did pretty alright. Ambitious, I kind of knew that going into it, what with the timing of it all. But I think sometimes you've got to set yourself some kind of unrealistic goals, because then, you know, maybe you'll get sort of half the way there, which will be better than none of them. Which brings us to this year, 2023, possibly in my final New Year's resolutions video. Kind of middle of the road sort of number of resolutions this year, probably more than last year, which is good. That should make sense. I can do more this year outside of studying or procrastinating studying or doing an assessment the day before, because the day before that I was doing a different one. We're gonna get the ball rolling with resolution number 1. Stay in touch with the people who matter so that they don't all run away to uni and leave me forever. Bit of a long one there. I wonder how that fit on the screen. Pretty self-explanatory. I feel like 4 years that I've done with people kind of, but I think it's justified more so this year than probably any other, because I'm not going to uni this year, whereas a lot of my friends are, and even if I was, they're sort of all going all over the place to different places all around the state, you know. It's actually pretty ironic. Some of them will be closer now that they're at uni than they were before. The joys of living in a rural community. Very fun. Everyone's just so close. So close. Yeah, I want to see my people. Pretty straightforward. I've already spent a long time alone here with my mother and father and brother. And I don't think any of us really need me to spend a whole nother year here. I would love to get, you know, somewhere else. Which brings me to resolution number 2. Massive one. Make it to Europe at some point, even if only for a bit. Budgeting moment, I've written here in brackets. Like I said earlier, I've just started working full-time pretty well, so I'm gonna be, after I've paid off this camera, I'll hopefully be able to start divvying away portions of that towards travel and planning and those sorts of things. You know, I feel like I should use this nearly 3 years of learning French for somewhere, you know, right? The good thing about Europe, and I think why it is obviously so attractive as an idea to me currently. Such a unique thought, Charlie. I'm sure no one else your age is going to Europe on a gap year this year. I definitely know at least like half of my class is going to end up there this year. I'll probably run into them. But you can visit so many places in such a short amount of time because everywhere's so bloody tiny compared to Australia, mate. Obviously. You could probably fit hundreds of Croatias and Serbias inside of Australia alone, so. This is a map of the world that we have on our wall, and as you can see, I've marked it with some just with some ideas of some places I maybe want to visit. Don't steal these, obviously, because you were the first person to ever think about visiting Europe, Charlie. Yes, highly original ideas. It's actually that annoying. All of my bloody private school classmates, like a week after term finished, were all like on their Instagram stories being like, oh my god, guys, I'm in Azerbaijan. I'm so sick. What's happening, gang? I'm just chilling in Abu Dhabi. Wah. But yeah, no, just maybe not the greatest time to be visiting this one. Because my memory's terrible, I think I will probably end up filming some of it if I do get over there. Will I milk it for content? Maybe. Maybe. I'd like to think it's more preserving the moment and sharing it with people who are interested. But yeah, it's milking it for content. Yes, resolution number 3, a year on YouTube to be proud of. No specific goals in terms of uploading. I have to get back into the groove of it, really. This is part of that hello, welcome. We're in it. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I want to have a year on YouTube, sort of like 2020, I remember was a year, one of the first years on YouTube where I looked back on it and I was like, oh, there's a lot of quite good videos and quite nice moments really that I liked and reflected on and was proud of and said that was a good year for content. And I want to have another year like that, and I have some plans in terms of making it one of those. We'll see how they go. Weirdly, that's sort of in a strange way that you guys aren't going to understand yet, ties into resolution number 4 here, which is a change of hairstyle. This is possibly the most impactful item on this list. Screw Greece, screw Italy, screw Spain, okay? This all pales in comparison for what could happen up here, alright? For pretty much my entire life, this thing above my eyeline has been somewhat of an iconic point of my brand. Yes, I had a brand when I was like days old, obviously. We all do, we must, to reach this point of having less than 500 subscribers. You know, it's just been long enough, you know? Looking for a change. I've wanted for some years now to kind of grow it out, but you can't really do that with this sort of situation. It just looks ugly. So this may well be, forewarning, you have been warned, may be the year that sees the end. God help us all. Jeez. This is resolution number 5. I want this year to be a better listener. I think social media has kind of screwed my attention span by giving me, you know, instant access to dopamine and screwing my reward processing system. I promise I don't have ADHD. This is what it is. This is what happened. This is all of us in the modern age. Probably. Maybe. And I think it's kind of impacted on, you know, my general processing of things in the world around me and conversations with other people in particular. So yeah, being a better listener is a skill that I want to improve on. My memory is kind of already shot, as I mentioned earlier. So I might as well focus on the sensory, you know, there's nothing really to be lost there. Too many stimuli. I've lost count, but the next resolution is something you probably wouldn't necessarily expect from me particularly, but journaling is an idea that came across me recently. This is one that I might fall in love with, or maybe a year from now I'll come back to this series, if I do, of course, and be like, what was I thinking? That just didn't happen. That must have been like a weekly little obsession or something. But yeah, I want to do some more writing, I think, like physically in something hardcover, like a nice piece of something. I used to do a lot of it back in the day. A lot of it. Felt like a lot of it because it wasn't much of my life, but I was doing some of it when I was a bit younger. And I don't know, it kind of made things feel slightly more important. You know, it gave this weird sort of grounding aspect to it. I don't really know how to describe it, but it also gave an excuse to like have a moment to reflect on, you know, the current trajectory of things and what you've been up to and that sort of stuff. It's good generally. I want to write, I just need to get some sort of thing that isn't a leftover bloody 64-page exercise book from high school notes, because that would just kind of be sad, wouldn't it? And for my final entry this year, for today's version of Generic Feeling annual entry, I give you resolution number 8. Make some memories. Wow. Truly couldn't be more vague, but I think I can validate this being on the list within the context of me being a school leaver in the middle of a gap year. And really, this is probably the most genuinely important entry on this list, actually. Aside from the death of the Fringe, of course. That's obviously number one. But I think this is kind of a good final resolution, because it kind of ties in together all of the previous ones, really. It's seeing the people that I love, going to places that are interesting, experiencing things that are cool. I'm planning on going to the opening match of the Women's World Cup in Australia because we're hosting it, and the Matildas are really good and soccer is cool. Recently rediscovering my love for soccer. I played when I was a lot younger for many years for our local town. Didn't really watch heaps of it, of course, because I was a kid, a wee laddie, and didn't know how to access such things. But the World Cup in Qatar happened. Much controversy to be said there. Qatar is shit, but the game is cool. And yeah, the Socceroos did really well, which is exciting. And the Matildas could well win this one, and I feel like it would be kind of messed to not go to at least one game. The opening game has been moved to Stadium Australia, potentially to break a record for attendance at a Women's World Cup. I don't think you can break the record because the stadium's not big enough, but it'd be close. So the atmosphere will be sick, and hopefully it will beat Ireland. The bastards. Down with the Irish, I'll tell you what. I really got derailed here. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, making memories. Just an example, I guess. Getting out there, now that, you know, COVID is somewhat eased to the point that we finally, who have for some years now been restricted by it in terms of travel, can finally, the world is sort of opening up a bit for us. We can go out, we can see things, we can participate, and yeah, make some memories. Simple as that, really. I want to see some musicians. I just missed Phoebe Bridgers in Sydney, which is truly quite depressing, but it's all good. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities. And with that, we are just about done. The sun has quietly set while we've been filming. I'm sure this is meaning that the footage has become increasingly orange or pink, either one, maybe. 2023, everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic year. Make the most of it. Make it yours. And just have a bloody good time, lads. Alright? It's not too late to think about New Year's resolutions. Obviously, I still am. Totally by my choice. If you enjoyed this one, lads, do I really have to say it? Do I really have to say it? You know what to do at this point, okay? Scroll down on your little phone. Use your goddamn scroll wheel, alright? Use voice recognition or something if you're on a TV. I don't know how that works. That's about it from me. Lads, this year, I'll be on my way now. Ta-ta. Scram. Shoo. Hooroo. Subscribe.